Today is officially the day. My mom and I are out here in Mooresville, North Carolina, because for the first time ever, I'm getting the opportunity to run some laps in a midget right out here at the Millbridge Speedway. So we're about 15-20 minutes from the track right now. Definitely super excited for this opportunity. It's gonna be a blast. You know, I think one of the things being an outlaw kart kid is I've seen a lot of my fellow competitors get the opportunity to run midgets, you know, out on the West Coast and in the Midwest, and a lot of them have done quite well. So it's hard to think that I couldn't do the same thing. Buddy Kofoid, Logan Seavey, Tanner Thorson, Kyle Larson, all those guys started right there in Red Bluff and Cycland, and I got my start in the same way. So this is gonna be a really fun day for me, running one of Chad Boat's cars. I'm gonna go to a shop first and kind of get fitted and make sure everything's good, and then we're gonna have a couple of hours to test and kind of get everything up to full speed. So I'm stoked, definitely a little nervous, but it's gonna be great.
However you want to do it. Big sprint car guys.
They normally climb through the top side? Okay. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually really good. I thought it was gonna be tighter.
Yeah. What steering wheel do you use?
So I actually brought
Oh, yeah, we brought one.
Yeah, I brought, I mean, I was gonna see which one you had, but as long as mine pops right on, because I'm kind of like, there's one thing I'm picky about, it's my steering wheel. There we go.
I think you fit really nice in that
I
thing.
think that'll be good, especially once I have my hybrid. It'll probably...
Do you want me to go get your hybrid?
No, it's okay. I think it'll push me up.
It'll push you up a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually, I might move the belts up a bar.
Okay.
They're down.
Oh yeah, instead of it starting from down. Yeah.
They're on Jade's bar. We had moved Jade's seat, so we had to put an extra bar in.
Gotcha.
So I'll move them up.
I think that'll be perfect. I mean, they're right in the middle and everything. All right, so we're just leaving CB Industries right now. Next stop, we're gonna be testing. There's a look at the sign. Just was inside there to get fitted, you know, kind of check out the shop real quick. What a nice place it is. I'm very glad I got the opportunity to do this because, you know, it'd be different just showing up to Chili Bowl and getting to run, but getting a chance to meet Chad, meet some of the crew guys first. But we're leaving now. I felt great in the car. Mom, what'd you think of the place?
It was so cool. Oh my gosh.
It was super neat. Yeah, like Chad's a good guy. You know, everything was great. And like I said, seeing the shop, just like an operation like that with all the cars, the trophies, you know, in some of the different offices, it's like, that's definitely like a goal to have, you know, something like that. So what an operation they got. And I'm glad that I was able to sit in that seat that I'm gonna be in. That was my only worry. So I sent my seat back here, but it didn't fit in the car because it's kind of a bigger sprint car Butler built. And so now I think I'm running the one that Chad used when he raced. So now that is all good to go. They just got to throw wheels and tires on, put the rest of the body panels on the car, and then load, and then they are gonna be heading to the track. So we have a little bit of time to kill. Gonna enjoy North Carolina here for like an hour or two, and then we will be headed to Millbridge Speedway. Well, it's probably been about 5 years since I've been to this racetrack, and it looks more banked than I remembered. The good old red clay here. I think we're technically in Salisbury, North Carolina, Millbridge Speedway. Bunch of guys have been doing some testing here, I think, to kind of get ready for the Chili Bowl over, you know, maybe the past 4 or 5 weeks. And they also run here on a weekly basis with micros and some other divisions. Chad and those guys will be here with the trailer and all the other equipment in a little bit, but check this thing out. I figured I might as well walk up before I make my laps today. I'm definitely excited. I'm glad we're able to do this. It is winter time, which complicates this process. It's pretty cold. It's not the most ideal, but it's gonna be great to get some laps today. So there's kind of a look at the racetrack in the background. But this is gonna be good. Now that we're this close, I'm actually not as nervous because it's like it's like any other race car you hop in, you know, you go out and you make laps and you figure it out and you figure out what comes natural to you. So this is gonna be good. feels good. The main thing, I think, in order, obviously, I got to kind of try to clean off the top myself.
Exactly. Yeah.
Down there more, but
it's not as bad down here, but yeah.
No, I mean it feels great. I just didn't know as far as like kind of when I'm on the gas and everything, and you know.
You feel like you're modulating. I mean, it sounds like you're modulating the throttle pretty good right there in the center.
Yeah, yeah. Probably could maybe get in a little bit more. Obviously, get in more.
As far as the car right now, you feel like if you just had more right rear stick, you'd be better?
Probably, yeah. It seems like sometimes as I go a little harder, it kind of feels like it's starting to slip. But then, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm getting off it a little too much, and then if I give it a little more, then I can feel it pick up, and then it gets to the point where, like, obviously you're just spinning the tires. All right, so we just made my first laps in a Midget, did like 2 little mini sessions there around Millbridge, and now we're just putting some more fuel in so I can continue on. But these cars are fun. My teammate Landon Brooks from QRC said once I drive one, I'm gonna want one in my shop, so he's a little bit correct. They're really neat, you know, they're fun to drive, they feel like an outlaw cart, and I just need to keep making more laps to kind of get comfortable. But I think the main thing I'm already realizing is just how to drive the car. You're driving off the right rear, not the left rear, more like a wing car. You know, you're trying to load the right rear and you're driving the car with the gas and not really using the brake a whole lot either. So I'm gonna hop back in, make some more laps, but first impression is definitely a smile on my face, and I'm, you know, excited to see if I can get a little bit quicker. And we're probably just going to keep migrating up more towards the fence, as the racetrack's already pretty slick. couple more laps down, ended up trying to run a couple around the bottom, then move up to the high side. Still gradually making my way towards the wall, which is, you know, what Millbridge is kind of famous for. What's difficult in a midget, I'm noticing, and it's just, you just don't have that wing, you know. Like, I'm used to, if you enter on the wall and you get the car on the left rear, you can trust it, obviously. Where these, you know, you can, it's just like a wing car. The harder you drive them and keep them planted and keep them over, they run better. It's actually when you almost try to be easy and you're like maybe more careful, you know, less reckless, it seems like maybe when you actually get yourself in more trouble. But gotten a little bit better down here in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 is really dirty, so it's tough to get going. But so far, really happy with where I'm at. And I feel like I'm actually running the bottom pretty good. That might be, you know, a strong suit in our sprint car, might not be in a strong suit here in the midget. Not much of a, you know, I mean, the berm's kind of whatever, it's just mush. But, you know, the Chili Bowl berm will be something that I'll have to utilize, just like I'm gonna have to utilize the cushion there as well. So just trying to get more and more comfortable, but really happy with where we're at and gonna make some more laps as we're kind of closing in towards the end of our sessions. Well, just wrapped up our test session here. What a beautiful race car we got behind me. It is gonna be wrapped, I think Chad said on Thursday or towards the end of the week. So they're getting ready to wrap all their cars for the CB Industries crew. Happy I got to do this. So thankful that we're able to fly out, make a quick trip. That last session that I got to run, I felt like, you know, it's tough. I definitely feel like I'm progressing, but like it'd be interesting to know lap times and you know exactly where I'm at. But as far as being in the car, definitely am feeling way more comfortable and glad I got to run all the laps I did today. Obviously all of them were not shown on camera as we did multiple sessions and just kind of 5 here and there, 10 longer, smaller mini runs, just kind of, you know, all over the board. But Millbridge was a great place for me to test, and I think it's going to feel very similar to, you know, what inside the Expo Center is, and probably even actually a little bit faster because there's a good amount of banking and you can run this place pretty hard. So they just got the car all loaded up and they're leaving now. I figured I'd also walk down to 1 and 2 because I didn't get a chance to show you that earlier, but this corner, and they did their best, you know, thank you to Millbridge for letting us do this. They gave us the best possible surface for December, but it was pretty dirty down here. It's just real crumbly, you know, kind of what you would expect with the weather. They can't necessarily just water it, otherwise it'll be literally mush and be soaking wet. But with one car out here running laps, we definitely slickened it off. And kind of from this part on, I was definitely able to get up on the wall. Just as I made more laps, I got more comfortable. I'm really excited to see what I can do around the bottom side of the racetrack in Tulsa, because I think that could be a strong suit. And then, you know, getting to kind of run a little bit more of an intense, what would be a top like Millbridge is also, I think, going to help for the Tulsa curb, because definitely seems like it can get treacherous and moves way up by the wall. But that's going to kind of wrap up our day here. Big thanks to Chad, Brad, and everyone on the crew for allowing us to do this. It was really, really neat, and I now feel 10 times better going into what is going to be one of the biggest races of my life.
What'd you think?
Thought it was good.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Good.
I just kind of told them what I thought.
No, I thought it was great.
Definitely ready now.
Gosh, dude, I felt like, I mean, if we would have gone on the track, like, I can't believe how, when you came around this corner, all I could see was your top of your roof, and it just looked like you were up against the wall. And of course, I'm just like, ah!
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, I have to watch all the footage back. I feel like I was going pretty good, but like I've seen some people like really hustle around this place, and obviously, yeah, you know, like that's running it all the time and like knowing. So like it feels like I was going, but I'm like at the same time I feel like, man, I wonder how much harder I could go. You know.
Did you feel the wheelie you popped?
Yeah, a couple times.
So I was FaceTiming Dad when I'm like, ah.
Yeah. No, it was neat. This was definitely a good place, size-wise, everything. And I was just telling them, I thought honestly it's gonna prepare me for Tulsa. So we're leaving the track now. Now we just have a couple of hours, kind of the rest of the afternoon or the nighttime. It's about 5 o'clock now, and then we'll be catching a plane tomorrow morning. So we're gonna enjoy a little bit more here in North Carolina, and then we'll be headed back home to Southern Oregon. Well, just got back to the hotel and we're finishing today's video where we started it. What a day here in North Carolina. Super neat to cross off one of my bucket list items and driving a Midget. And really kind of as I just look back and debrief everything, like what an opportunity this whole thing is. And I'm so happy I get to bring you guys along with me for the journey. And hopefully it's been cool for you to see my progression, not just as of recently, but this whole thing, you know, from when I started over 6 years ago, running karts, still running karts, running and getting started in sprint cars, limited 364-10, and, you know, running at the highest level in that. And now, you know, off on this new venture kind of for the Chili Bowl. It really is awesome. And I just can't wait to see, you know, what kind of comes from it. So today is done. Our North Carolina trip is sadly over. I wish I could run more laps, but now I can say I am ready for the Chili Bowl and bring it on.